What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Canelo Alvarez. Caleb Plant, get this. Canelo states that all the talk, all the shit that Plant says, that's why it's personal. The allure of becoming the first undisputed champion from Mexico was enough motivation for Canelo Alvarez. And he says, against rival Caleb Plant, it only gives that fight more meaning. He says all the talk, all the shit he says, that's why it's personal. Alvarez insisted of his upcoming WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO super middleweight championship showdown with Plant. He says he crosses the line and maybe too much. That's why it's personal. At the same time, it's one of my most important fights for me. And there you have it, right? Now, when he says he's crossed the line, obviously by now we know how to get under Canelo's skin, okay? You talk about the drug allegations. And then you have another guy that tested positive for more drugs, Oscar Valdez. So that's always something you never want to bring up with Canelo. You know, and Caleb Plant did a lot of it. But the question you have to ask yourself is, well, who made it personal? Who made that fight the way it is? When did the shoving start? Why did the shoving start? You know, those type of fights like this, he said it's personal. Well, you know, I don't think, you know, he said anything that wasn't true. Now, Canelo Alvarez, you know, he said it was eating meat in Mexico. People don't believe that. A lot of people don't believe that. But, you know, there is been accounts of people, you know, the whole soccer team tested positive for the same stuff. Okay, because clenbuterol is what they eat and things of that nature. But one thing it has done, you know, it has put a stain on Canelo Alvarez, because people could always go, you know, to that area in his life and bring it up, and especially if it's fresh with the guy that he trains with. It looks bad. It really looks bad. Okay, and it would look worse, honestly, if it was the same thing. If it was the same substance, you'd be like, okay, no. You know, but Alvarez calling it personal because he did that. Well, in that case, anybody that brings up drug allegation, it'll get personal, because I guess that's a personal attack against Canelo Alvarez, you know, so he's coming in there with something to prove. But I think Canelo Alvarez, honestly, is just maybe trying to hype the fight a bit, because I just heard him in the All Access that it's not, and it's a decent show, by the way. It's decent, because at least Caleb Plant is getting exposure from the show, you know, and showing who he is, who his father is, his wife, you know, and we're learning more about Caleb Plant, which is good, because we've known a lot about Canelo, you know, already, because he's been in the spotlight for a long time. But he said in that particular show that he doesn't want to make any promises. But, I mean, he's already had. So there's a lot of contradicting things. But he said, I don't want to say something, and then something else happens. You know, so, but then you might hear him say, oh, well, 8 rounds, I think I'll knock him out. Or I'll knock him out in 1 round. And, you know, and all this stuff. And I think that's fueled because someone got up under his skin. And that someone is Caleb Plant. So we will see tomorrow how this fight will carry out. Okay, you guys tell me what you think of Canelo Alvarez saying this fight is personal. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.